everyone, Ray the Dashing Womble here. Hope everyone's had a great Thursday. No, it's not, it's Wednesday. I keep getting my days mixed up this week. Anyway, hopefully you all had a good Wednesday. All the Dashers earned a few quid and made enough to made it worthwhile to be out and about. And hopefully all the customers actually got their food delivered as they wanted it. Well, blimey, I didn't work last night, which was, what, Tuesday night? I know. Like I said, I've forgotten what days we were on. Anyway, I didn't work Tuesday night, but just took the night off. It seemed to be a waste of time trying to be out. I did have a go, but it just wasn't worth it, so I just killed the night off rather quickly. Anyway, so yeah, but today was quite nice. Got my wife off to the hospital. She had a blood transfusion today, so while she was in there enjoying all the fun of being in the hospital, hopefully getting better. Hopefully it's all going to be working for her with all this fun that she has to go through. So while she was in there, I went off and went over to a friend's house and met their wee kitty cats at last. So that was fun. So thanks to Mary and John for letting me in the house and inviting me in, and it was nice to meet the kitties, Mika and Pearl. Although Pearl seemed to be a bit shyer, but she did eventually come out. I guess the other one told her I smell good and you need to come out, he's fine. I don't know, but anyway, she came out and she was sitting around. She was watching me though, but then Mary gave me some treats to give to the cats. No treats for me, but she gave them for me to give to the cats, and yeah, they both liked me then. Anyhow, that was fun. I did enjoy that. Always like meeting the animals. Yeah, so after that, picked my wife up and then went to dinner over at the Lone Jack Cafe. That was quite nice. Got pie. Got to sit in my usual seat. I'll put pictures up here. I'll put pictures somewhere on here. It's probably not going to be a very long video tonight, to be fair, because, well, I didn't do very much. Got away from after dinner, went straight into work from there, and well, wasn't a whole lot going on. Wednesday night, there was some offers came through, some real low ball ones. Ridiculously low, but I've got an itch. Why have I got an itch? Anyway, so I just waited, like as usual. I'm just gonna cherry pick. DoorDash has got all these silly things going on. I know, different bloody programs going on. I don't know, I listen to other channels and they're talking about DoorDash going out, getting rid of the Top Dasher program and doing the diamond bloody tier thing. I don't know what. Anyway, I don't know. To be fair, I'm just going to carry on doing what I do, and that is just cherry pick. If it's always been the same, if the miles to money ratio are not working out, I ain't doing it. It just makes no sense to run around after a $2.50 order and run around doing those all night long, or $2 order or $3.50 order, whichever. To run around using your fuel, driving yourself flipping crazy, running your car ragged, waiting in restaurants for I don't know how many minutes, but you know, it's you can't be doing it. Can't be doing that, so I won't do it. I won't. And in fact, my first order tonight was at the Mint. Got to the mint. Actually, was I sat there? Yeah, I was actually sat there. Anyhow, a couple of orders actually came in for picking up there, and they weren't paying enough. I can't justify doing those smaller orders. Like I said, miles to money ratio just didn't work, and if it's not paying the way, then it ain't happening. But anyway, an order came in. I think it was like $13, and when I accepted it, and it was going to Lake Lotawana, and which is normally a bit of a hard one to do, because around the lake it seems like all the numbers are all over the place, and some of the buildings don't have numbers where they should be at the bottom of the gate. Some of them are up hills, and anyway, this one I went to tonight, actually we've been there before, and I somewhat recognised it when I zoomed in on the picture, and then when I saw it come up and saw the description of how to find it, then I remember where it was. But by the time we got down there, it was rather dark out, and lighting down on Lake Lotawana don't appear to be that brilliant. And anyway, got there. I was going to drive up on his driveway, but it was so darn steep. I went, this driveway seems like a car killer. So I just let it roll back and went and parked up in front there. And anyhow, I got out, got the food out. It was quite a lot. It was a pretty hefty one. It's don't often get that many heavy vipping ones from the mint. But anyway, got out and switched the lights on, and torch on rather, and went to walk up his steps, and then I saw like he was out there too, so he'd come down part of the way. And he did that last time, to be fair too, so I was quite happy he did that, because it didn't half look steep going up them steps. So it's steep enough going up his driveway. Anyhow, gave him the food over and that, and I said, I tried to come up your driveway, mate, but blimey, I think it was going to kill my van. And he says, yeah, he says, many people have problems coming up and down there, they bottom out at the end, and he says, if you got a truck, you can probably do it, but he said, no. But anyway, yeah, he was fine, and gave him his order, and he went on his merry way, and I got back down to the van. It was all slippery and wet around there. I don't know where I didn't remember it raining today, but anyway. Got back in the van, confirmed the order had been dropped off, and I think it went up to $16. I think that's where it was. I mean, I only done two orders. I should be able to remember them. And yeah, so went back over towards the mint and just sat around out there for a bit. Watched some people come and go over that way, and watched some people try to go in the restaurant, but the restaurant's closed. I wish they would open their restaurant in a way, because I'm sure they're missing out on some business there. Quite often I sit out there and see people walk up, get out, and couples or whatever go over to the restaurant, but find out that it's closed, and they end up walking back, even though they look at the menu or look in the to-go order place, but they just don't want to go. They just want to go sit down, I suppose. But so hopefully they'll open that up soon. He said, well, last time I asked him about that, I said to him at some stage about when was he going to open up, and he said soon. The husband I don't think is too vocal, but his wife is always nice, and their son is nice too. So. But anyway, so yeah, we were sitting around for a while. I mean, and it wasn't that, there wasn't many orders coming in at all. I mean, we sat there for 15 minutes maybe, and nothing was coming in. Literally nothing came in. It's like, is the screen work? Is it working? I just kept checking it to see if it was working. Like, wow. And anyway, dropped those off and sat there and waited for that. And my wife said, well, if it's going to be this ripping good all night, we might as well go home now. Yeah. But I waited a few more minutes and nothing came in. I saw it. So I just pulled out of the car park and headed towards, went for a drive around it, looked at some Christmas decorations that were already going up, and went off to, headed towards Woods Chapel Quick Trip and was going there, so get something to drink or whatever on the way home. And then this order came in for 54th Street, which is never my most favourite place to go to. And even worse, this one was actually going to Raytown, which was even worse because I don't like to deliver in Raytown, even though I live in Raytown. But anyway, but it was like it was about $19 or something. We'll do that one. So I turned around and went back to 54th Street. Thought that would give them enough time to put this order together. I mean, it was like about 8:30 by then, something like that. And yeah, so went over to 54th Street. It didn't seem to be, there was some cars and that over to the other side, but I don't know how many. I didn't look too well. I think there was just one car in the pickup line, and I just backed up and put it in the van in a parking spot. Walked over there and went in, and I didn't really notice too many people in there, but like customer wise, but I didn't study it. But there was plenty of staff, that was for sure, and they were all working. But several staff members asked if I needed help or whatever, but one had gone in and checked, and then I had to ask someone else to double check on the order because it was still being made. I think I was in there maybe 15 minutes or something, something like that. But anyhow, they came out 3 big bags of it. Oh crikey! Alright, so I got those to the van. We had to use 2 bags for that one, the catering bag and another insulated bag, one of the bigger ones. And then got that over to its destination. And by the time when I clicked confirm on it, it was actually quite an easy drop off. I mean, it was off Raytown Road, and one of the roads off of there, it was on the corner house. There was parking enough for me to get on there and shine the headlights on the house, even though it was actually lit up well. And so anyway, got the food out there, put the food on there, took a picture, and that was it. Went and got back in the van and confirmed the order had been dropped off. And I think it was 25 something that they'd done, so that was quite nice. That was a nice tip, so thank you for that. But yeah, that was it. I did head back to the Lee Summit way, but I'd pretty much resigned myself to going to the Quick Trip over that way, even though there was a Quick Trip in Raytown, but I don't like to go at that one. But it's not unless I really have to, but I'll go to that one. But yeah, I went over to one on Woods Chapel, just took a slow drive over there, but nothing came in. It was actually a quiet night. I mean, I know my acceptance rate isn't all that good. Actually, I don't know what it's at now. 1 second. Well, blimey. Okay. Well, it looks like I started out with 5% at the beginning of the night, and now have 8%. So doing those 2 orders increased it a heck of a lot, because there was a few that I just went no and just let it run through and decline itself, or just run out. But anyway, I still would have thought there would have been a bit more come through. Couple from Grubhub came through, but they weren't all that. And I was already on a job then. But no, it was, just gave up early on it tonight. So on the way back home, we went to a Quick Trip, as I said, and then took a drive through Lakewood to see if the houses, the house down there on the boulevard there, had their decorations out yet. But because last year, there's one house there, I can't remember what road it's on the corner of, but it's a nice ranch style house, rather large ranch style house, all brick frontage at least, and they had a animated Santa Claus in there and a Mrs. Claus in the window. So when we drove past tonight, they must have been in there working, because there was black curtains like halfway up, or more than halfway up. You can see the lights on in the house, and maybe they were just getting everything put together, because they did. It was really nice what they did. There was nothing outside, but it was really nice what they did last time. They had an awful lot. It must take a long time for them to put all that stuff together. Really long time. But yeah, there's been some Christmas decorations out. I saw there was one, I think it was off of Timber Creek somewhere, I think it was. Anyway, somewhere in Lee Summit. I took a picture and put it up here. I don't think my picture was all that brilliant, but anyway, I'll put it up. But I'm sure we're going to have more pictures to come. There's lots of decorations going to be coming up very soon, I'm sure. Anyhow, no, I don't think there's a whole lot that I got to talk about tonight, except nothing. But I would urge, I mean, if there's drivers that are watching this, I would urge you just to not take any notice of all the rubbish that's going on with DoorDash, etc. They're talking about this flipping Diamond Dash or something. I don't know what it's all about, and to be honest, at this stage in time, I really don't care, because at the end of the day, it just boils down to one thing, and that's if the miles to money ratio, if it's not paying enough for you to do a delivery, to take an order, to use your own vehicle, your own petrol, etc., then don't do it. It just boils down to that. And it just that's all you really need to bother about. If these orders are coming in at $2.50 a go and you're a new driver, don't do it. It's just going to run you ragged. It's going to run your car into the ground, whatever vehicle you got, whether it be a new one or not. I mean, you're going to start putting your car into the garage a lot more often because you're doing more miles. I don't remember how many miles I did tonight. I'm not sure. But anyway, but normally on a night, depending on how the night goes, it's anything from 100 to 250. 250, I actually worked a long day that day and got around. But you can keep the mileage low within reason, because if you stay within your zone, do, I don't know, 4-mile trips, 8-mile trips, whichever. If it keeps you in there doing that all day long, you'll be fine. Open that a little bit, need a bit of air. But yeah, I mean, it's just you just do miles around town. It's not always good for your vehicle if you can jump on the motorway and do some motorway miles, blast the whipping car out, clean the plugs up, etc. So them choking up, then that's always good to do. But personally, I'd rather not get on the motorway because I just don't like the idea of being trapped. If something goes wrong, car crashing or breaks down or whatever, then you're stuck. You got no way out. Whereas if you're on the back streets or on the main roads within the town, then at least there's a way to get out of stuff. A lot better, a lot more chance to do that. But yeah, it's So just stick to your guns. Make yourself set yourself a goal of your minimum order. As I've said before, mine is 650, and that will take you up to 3 miles. So you're getting £2 a mile basically, and it sounds a lot of money for a mileage, but again, you're paying for your car. You're paying the petrol, you're paying the insurance, if you've got a payment on your car, then you need to be able to pay that payment. And you're not going to be able to do that if you're running around doing 250 orders all over the place. You're just going to run it ragged. And as I was saying before, you're going to have your vehicle in the garage a lot more often. I mean, if you're working 7 days a week, like most of the time I do, or at least I try to, you're doing 100 a day, so you're doing at least 700 a week. If we're going on a 7-day stint, if you're doing 200 miles a week, a day, then you're doing 40. You should do 1,400 miles a week. Yeah, that's right. Get me maths right. But I mean, it's you're going to put the car in the garage a lot more. That's going to be oil changes, maybe filter changes as well. That's you've got to do my cabin air filters. You're going to be wearing through tyres a lot more. You don't necessarily have to get brand new tyres. Find a place in your area that will sling on some good used ones. They'll be half the price, if not lower. And most of the time they still come with a warranty anyway. I mean, it's not going to be anything crazy, anything like going to Goodyear, etc. You're going to... but you're going to get something. And but it's going to be easier on your credit card, etc. Also, yeah, like I said, you got oil changes the car to do. If you got a manual, you're going to be wearing the clutch out, up and down the gears and that. And also brakes. Brakes is going to be the main thing. You're going to go through brakes. Certainly that. And if you've got an older vehicle like mine's a 2012 Dodge Grand Caravan, and these blasted caravans, they got a problem where their brakes, like the brakes, discs, rotors, whatever you want to call them, they tend to warp. They get too hot. If you've been start getting a bit odd, they deform a little bit, and you start braking at high speed. If you're on the motorway, or if you're going a little bit quicker down a road, a speedier road, then when you hit the brakes, the steering wheel is going to rattle and flip and drive you crazy. So my advice to you: pay the extra, get the heavy duty brakes, heavy duty rotors, get ceramic flipping disc pads too. Most cars are going to have discs and pads on them anyway. at least on the front. So get those, pay the extra, because it will save you a lot in the long run. And these ones, they stop, they really do, they stop well. They stop a heck of a lot better than those other cheap ones that the garages put on. Just tell them you wanted the heavy duty ones. Pay the extra. Because when it comes to the next time round, oh, that was a leaf. Oof, that was a bit scary. Anyway, if that's anything other than a leaf, I'm going to scream when I get out. Anyway, but yeah, just pay the extra. Because when it comes to the next time you have to take the car in for new brakes, all you're going to have done is the pads. Unless, of course, you've run the brakes this down to metal, then you probably plug the brakes anyway. But they should be able to skim them, flatten them out, or get them skimmed. Either way, you'll save money in the long run. What you should do. But anyway, so yeah, you know, I'm hoping that we're going to have a good season. Thanksgiving's coming up. Hopefully it's going to be as good as it was last year. Last year was actually quite a busy time. I didn't do any Walmart orders. I do my very best to keep well away from that. Actually, I haven't ever done a Walmart order as well. Don't like Walmart. I've done a few shop orders, picked up for some shops that I did last year. Some nutritionist shops. Not a place that I should be in. I don't think I should be. I'm not a bloke that should be in a nutrition shop. But anyway, go in there and pick some stuff up and deliver it to wherever it had to go. But yeah, but it seems that Walmart are stepping up quite a bit. And it looks like Hy-Vee have been getting in a bit more as well, I've noticed lately. But, you know, if that's what you like to do, if you don't mind shopping, then there's plenty of it going to be coming soon. I'm trying to get myself into doing point pickup, but I'm also trying to and I should do that when I get indoors. I want to get on Spark. For some reason, I keep trying to do Spark through my phone. The last few days, I tried it, and it just won't go anywhere. After a certain point, it won't do anything. So maybe I'll just try it on the desktop. I'm not sure what difference that'll make, but one has to try. All right. Anyway, I think that's it for me. So a few little tips there, I hope. Hopefully they help everybody. Also, again, couple of things to reiterate. If you got an older vehicle like me, and you've got the old headlight bulbs in them, get rid of those. Put some LED lights in them, LED bulbs. They're just plug and play. Just take them out, replace them. And clean up the headlights as well if they need to, because wherever you deliver, if you deliver in these country areas, we have a lot of country areas here, you're going to need all the light you can get. And especially now that it's getting, darker every day. A lot darker earlier every day, rather. So get some good lights on it. Put some new LED fog lights in it too. If you can, I've seen those big vipping lamps that some people have on the front. I'd like to get one of those, and they're easy enough to fit onto. You can get a number plate bracket and put it on top of that, and then just wire it into your full beams or something, or just wire it off the battery. You'll be fine. And they're so bright. Maybe put one on the roof of your car if you can. But so definitely get some better lighting, because those old incandescent bulbs or halogen bulbs, when you put them against a LED bulb, they're nothing. And the LEDs will last a heck of a lot longer than those other ones. But if you take those ones out, I mean, don't throw them away, for crying out loud. Just put them in the box. Put them in the box that the LEDs come in. Put them in there, put them in the back of the car. Because one day, if one of those goes for whatever reason, you've got a bulb to back you up if need be, whilst your new LEDs coming. Also, another thing which I mentioned a couple of videos back, get some LED bulbs for the back of the car too, for the reverse lights. I'll start mine up here now, actually. I mean, I can't do a before and after what it looks like, but we'll put it in reverse anyway. And there's what you can see now. I mean, it lights up everywhere at the back. If you can see that. I don't know, I'm never going to see that because I can't see the bloody thing. Wait a second. So yeah, get those, because if you're in a dark driveway, which I quite often am, then those are going to brighten up for you and help a heck of a lot. And again, they're just plug and play. And again, don't throw away the old bulbs, just put them in whatever the LED bulb packaging come in. Because if one of those pops, then at any stage, bad manufacturing or whatever, then you've got a backup for when the other LEDs come in. They generally sell them in pairs, so well, that's what I've seen at least. But anyway, yeah, I think that's it. Can't think of it. Oh yes, don't forget, torch. Dark times, like I said, I've needed this a couple of times well, a lot of times actually recently. And mine one needs a dusting yet again. Must remember to get a better thing for this. But yeah, get yourself a new torch. Also, this one, as everybody knows, has got the little, if you've seen the videos before, it's got the little prongs in it that, well, it's a taser basically. So I'm not going to set it off now. I do have a video for it, a product review, etc. Get yourself one of those. I'll put the link to the product review up here too, or down below. But yeah, get one of those, because you're definitely going to need it. It's a rechargeable one, and it lasts. I mean, I don't think I've charged mine in a couple of months. Just use it and it's there. Just keep it on your hip, wherever. Mine's in a little case, not the one it comes in. Throw that bloody thing away, it's useless. And yeah, get yourself set up for the winter, because you need all the light you can get, and you're probably going to need some warm clothing, but no doubt you'll figure that out as you go along. Alright, anyway, thanks for watching. I think that's it for me. I think I've babbled on enough. So as usual, like if you liked it, of course. If you didn't, sorry. Subscribe. Both of those actions will help me if you do that on these. Help the channel grow. And share the video with your friends if you think there's some good content in it. As I always say now, is just if you got any questions, or if you want any information on something related to the cars, etc., vehicles, then let me know. I mean, I see what I can do to help. If I don't know the answer to a question, then surely I'll be able to find someone who does, or would be able to figure it out. But definitely get the lights sorted out on your vehicles. You really need that. Unless you've got a newer vehicle that's got LED or HIDs on the front of it, then then you don't really need to be listening to this. But you definitely need to get some proper lighting on the front, especially if you're delivering in these darker areas. Alright, well anyway, thanks for watching. Like I said, don't forget, hit the bell icon too, so you're warned of when the new videos come out. Alright, thanks again. Cheers. Ta-da.